Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 13th. These readings are going to be a little faster than usual. I have the whole month. This month is a crazy month for me, so they're just going to be a little quicker. But you have this dove spirit, says be peace. You also have this otter spirit, says you are never alone. I kind of feel this feeling, Capricorn, that some of you do have like a sudden desire for a connection. You know, we're talking about love, obviously. So I do feel like there could be a person that's on your mind right here, a Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor type person. And I don't know that you're necessarily like feeling lonely, but I feel like some of you are just having a desire for a connection. It's like not a big deal, you know? And, so that's pretty much what I feel here. I feel like you're like looking for a person to be in your life for some of you. For others, I feel that, this could be any connection. So it could just be that you are just looking to connect with like-minded people or, anything like that. And, I think that it's a great time for you to work together with other people. I think it's an amazing time for Capricorn to collaborate with people as well. So, that's what I'll say there. One thing I will say is that you have three knights here, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords. And, it's kind of like an interesting energy. Like if you have your eye on let's say you're like, you admire a person or something, this could say that you are like, you are wondering what knight this person is. That's kind of like the feeling I get here. So if you have a secret admirer, or if you're the secret admirer, I feel like you're trying to decide how is this person actually? Like, what are they inconsistent? Are they a knight in shining armor? Are they going to move too quickly? Like, I do feel there's too much going on in your mind with that Knight of Cups there. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But, again, you could be thinking that. I also think that the Knight of Wands is kind of saying you have a lot going on in your life as well. Like, there are a lot of things I feel, and I'm pretty sure I said this in your last reading as well, the May bonus reading, that I think a lot of you have a lot of different things that you want to accomplish in your life. You have a lot of different directions you like to move in, and there's a lot that it's almost like you have a like a bucket list or something like that, where you're saying like I want to do all these things, and you're kind of saying to yourself, how can I get all these things to fit? And I feel like some of you, it's like, maybe you're thinking that like, oh, if I get married and I have kids or something, that'll get in the way of me accomplishing these things that I want to accomplish. Or it's like, I don't know how to say that, but whatever, take it how it resonates, right? And what I would say here is I kind of get this energy of a little bit of rushing thoughts in your reading. So I would definitely slow the thoughts down and, think things through. Don't have these rushing thoughts. You also have this card in the past that says darkness looms on the horizon, which is good that it's in the past. I feel like you have been feeling maybe a little bit more anxious or like uncertain about the future, and that could be getting in the way here as well. You also have the Five of Cups as your crossing energy. The Five of Cups, the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. And the Five of Cups is about practicing gratitude and just being grateful for where you are. You have that dove spirit that says be peace. So I feel like you need to be at peace. And if you are not at peace, it's like, what can you do to bring just a little bit more into your life every single day? Is it like, do you need to meditate? Do you need to go for walks? Do you need to be in nature? I would come up with something that kind of brings a little bit more, joy, happiness, peace into your life. Could be getting a hobby, even if it's only for like a few seconds. Again, I always say like, I was stuck for 4 years of my life and I did nothing and I was miserable. And I don't want anyone to ever have to experience what I experienced during that time, although I did it to myself, right? And really, the thing that got me out of it was going for a walk. And trust me, people would tell me like all the time, like you need to get a hobby or you need to go for a walk or whatever, right? And it used to piss me off. So I get it. Like, I get not wanting to be told to, go do something or whatever. But again, it really, really does help. I really, forced myself to do things. And that's kind of what broke me out of the cycle. You have the Knight of Cups in your mind. So again, I think that some of you are either thinking about a knight in shining armor, like a person here, and, it could be a knight in shining armor. We'll clarify and we'll see how this person actually is, having the three knights showing up here. But I kind of feel like your thoughts are thinking that the person is a knight in shining armor if this is a person. I also look at the Knight of Cups as a card of dreaming, but he's standing in the desert there, and you can see the water flowing in front of him. The Knight of Cups kind of perfectly represents the time that we're in. We are in a time where it might feel like we don't have the resources necessary to do something. Maybe we don't. But the Knight of Cups basically says, plant those seeds, get started, and do it anyway, because he's standing in front of the water. If he plants the seeds, they will grow. So a lot of the times people say, I want to start a business. I don't have money. I want to start a YouTube channel, but I have an ugly face, or whatever the case may be. And I always say, well, you have to get started first, and then everything will fall into place. I've seen it time and time again in my life where it's like, I thought I needed something, but if I just got started, things work out. So, I feel that energy here on the Knight of Cups. You just have to get started. You have the Strength card in your foundation. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself here, and I feel like people are seeing it. Like, I can't even title your readings, showing the world what you're made of anymore, because it really, that's what you're doing. And, but it comes up in every single reading. I think that for a lot of you Capricorn people are, outside of you are starting to notice your strength, or they're starting to see the results of the work that you do, or they're starting to see what you can accomplish. She has her hands in that lion's mouth. And I always say, like, who in the right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? And so it really, the card itself represents a display of strength. So I feel like you have the strength to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. In the past, you have the Temperance card. With these two cards here, I kind of feel that maybe some of you tried to perfect a situation. So this could be love. Maybe you tried to make a situation better than it actually was. And that could be why you're like a little hesitant on a new person, because maybe you tried to make something perfect and it just didn't work out. So I definitely get that feeling here. The Temperance card is also patience. So with this and the Strength card, I feel you were patient in, even outside of love, that you've been patiently working to, kind of have a victory in your life. And, I think you've just been kind of trying to change your situation. You have this Darkness Looms on the Horizon card. And again, I kind of get the feeling that some of you have maybe been a little bit anxious about the future, or, where your life is going. But the good news is I feel like you are kind of letting this go and you're moving past this energy. So I'm not too worried about that for you, Capricorn. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have the Knight of Swords. Again, could be someone charging into your life. So again, there could be a person who's charging in, or you're charging into their life. This could be communication as well. The other thing I will say is that the Knight of Swords says don't force things to happen. So like outside of love, I would say if you're working on any projects or businesses, this kind of says like forcing something to work is not going to work, but allowing something to work will work much better. So, make sure you're in that state of allowing something to happen instead of like trying to force things to happen. And again, if you are in a situation where you feel like you are forcing it to work, then I would leave or change the situation. You have this Medusa card. It says jealousy leads to downfall. There could have been a jealous connection that you were in, and that could have brought it to an end. I would also be careful of like exes at this time. If Pluto going retrograde, I question how much it really affects us. It's very far away. But what I would say is, again, could bring back like exes and, past situations. So I would make sure that you're paying attention. If anything, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So if you get into a new situation with a person, or, this could even be in work or business, and if it reminds you of a past situation, it's probably pretty similar, and I would either correct it or move on. In the area of the next few months, you have the Hangman. Again, deep in thought. I actually feel pretty good about this. I think you're kind of like collecting information, you're learning. He's hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom on the Hangman, and he's just learning. He is sacrificing movement so that he can gain enlightenment. And so I feel like over the next few months, you are becoming enlightened as to like the direction of your life, or, like I said, if you have a bucket list in your life, I feel like I see you kind of seeing how you can, have all those experiences. And again, I even think some of you could be realizing, like, maybe you think like, oh, if I have a family, I won't be able to travel and do all this other stuff. But it's like, maybe you're meeting a person where it's not a problem, right? Where they can figure it out. So, again, for some of you, it's like, I feel that you could be making a bigger deal out of something that it actually is. Or you could be thinking that something is going to be restrictive when actually it's going to be the thing that provides you freedom. And love is just one example. This could be a job as well. It's like maybe you're thinking, oh, I want to save my money so I can travel, but I have to get a job, and the job will prevent me from traveling. But it's like maybe you find a job that lets you travel everywhere you want to go, right? So it's kind of, the reading is kind of saying to me that there's something that you're going to be working towards, and it could be job, relationship, or whatever, and it's going to provide you the life that you want. But again, right now, maybe you're thinking it's not, but it is. So there you go. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Emperor. Definitely could be an Emperor that you're attracting into your life. So I kind of feel like this is our first clue that this person that you, if you have your mind on a person, that they are like a true Emperor. This is also pretty good for your closest relationships. It means like you could be attracting people not, outside of love, that are very supportive, that can help you accomplish things. that can help you with your, with taking action on things as well. So this could be supportive people that are coming into your life in general. You have the Queen of Cups in the area of your future feelings. So feeling pretty good. I feel like you're feeling connected to your heart. You're feeling rested, relaxed to me. I mean, she is, the card of kind of like self-care, kind of like the Empress, right? So she takes care of herself. She follows her heart. She listens to what her heart is telling her to do. And, I think all of that would be good for you. You end with this breathe card. And so I think that breathing would be a good thing for you. But again, really, I feel like the reading is encouraging you to kind of like focus on bringing more peace into your life. Your outcome is the Ace of Swords. So victorious. I feel like there's a victory coming in for you, or you're having a victory, or you are being victorious on whatever your goal is or whatever you're trying to accomplish here. It looks like a victory to me. And you have, really good. You have this breathe card. So again, I would take time to breathe. I would take time to meditate. I really get a sense of you kind of like slowing things down in the second half of the month here, which is, I would say, is a good thing, especially with the Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. These are fast moving energies. So anything you can do to slow your vibe down, slow your energy down would be a good idea. With the Knight of Wands and the Five of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, you could be trying to protect your peace, right? So if you are attracting a person, Nine of Pentacles, card of independence, you are perfectly independent. But what I would say here is that maybe you've gotten your life to a certain point and you're like, I'm not sure if I want a person to disrupt this peace that I have developed. But this Nine of Pentacles has a solution, which she has 6 pentacles over here, 3 pentacles over here. And it kind of just says that she never over-invests her energy into anything. She only ever gives things just enough energy. So again, if you are thinking about like dating or meeting a new person, just give it a little bit, see what happens, and then, go from there. With the Knight of Cups, yes, I think you are spying on a person. I don't want to call you out, but I totally am, right? I think that it could be you because this person is on your mind right here. So, again, if you've met a person recently or whatever, I feel like this could be a person that you're interested in here. So there you go. Someone's spying on someone here, Capricorn. But I would also say that the Page of Swords is encouraging you to be curious. So again, even if you don't think you can start something, even if you don't think you have the resources, Page of Swords says, get curious, just see what happens, start small, and go from there. With the Strength card, you have the Devil. So again, I feel like you've kind of tamed your inner beast. The Strength card, the lion is submitting to her. Its tail is between its legs. And so she has kind of like tamed her inner demons, her inner critic, her inner voice, whatever. And the Devil, I feel, is kind of actually saying the same thing. Devil is also you. So you showing up here in your foundation, it kind of puts you in a very strong position, allows you to get what you want from the reading. So really good. With the Temperance card, you have the 4 cups here. It's like, yeah, I think you've tried to make things work in the past and they just haven't, whether it's love or business or whatever. And I feel this is about you moving past disappointments or you moving away from things that didn't work out and you're just moving towards things that are working out better. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Tower. I think you should definitely be careful of an ex. If you have like an ex who's still in your energy or, still kind of like all up in you. Right, I would be careful of that energy with the Tower and the Knight of Swords. It looks to me like a person who's like rushing in and causing a Tower moment or getting in between you and something new. So I would put up boundaries with the exes and things like that. Also the Tower could say like don't force things to happen. So like I said, I kind of just get more of an energy of needing to not force things to happen. With the Hangman, you have the Ace of Swords, a victory in whatever you're thinking about. We see that twice here. So I feel that if you have thoughts that are, moving in new directions or, if you're kind of like planning new moves or making changes in your life, these are going to lead to a victory. Of course, don't move too quickly. With the Emperor, you have the Judgment card. This kind of changes everything, I will say. Whenever we have the Tower and Judgment touching, this is the most powerful combination in the tarot. The 2 cards together represent a major revelation, major wake-up call. So you could be having like a major wake-up call here. And again, it does make the Tower a little bit more positive because instead of being a Tower moment, although what I will say is that this could cause a Tower moment, right? But this is, kind of having that big wake up call, an aha moment, a light bulb moment, especially when these two come up together. It's like you're understanding something from a new perspective, or you're kind of like getting a wake up call that is leading you towards your purpose with the Judgment card. So again, this kind of leads me to believe that what the reading is really trying to get at is that you could be thinking that something is going to be restrictive when it's actually going to bring freedom. And we kind of said that earlier, so I kind of get that feeling here. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles. I think you could be spending this time looking at where you invest your time, effort, and energy. Seven of Pentacles, he's grown those pentacles, but he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is it worth it for me to put this work into things or not? So you could be kind of like weighing your options a little bit. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about taking the lead in your life and kind of like stepping outside of a comfort zone. Kind of like the whole entire reading basically said this, that you are kind of leaving comfort zones, or you are moving in new directions in your life. And again, I feel like this is going to be a good thing. You have this Yoke card. It says feeling tied down or frustrated. I feel like this is how you have felt. Like you put work into things, you don't get the results you want, and it's just, a disappointment. And I feel like you're leaving this behind. Can't make this one up here, Capricorn. It says secret admirer on it. So whether it's you or them, doesn't matter. Definitely a secret admirer right here. And I kind of feel like it's you, not calling you out, but I totally am. Because, again, it's showing up in your thoughts. I guess you could be, telepathically connected to a person or something like that. But there you go. You have this chair empty. It says someone is leaving your life. I kind of feel like some of you have like a creepy ex or something like that, or a person who's having a hard time letting you go, or whatever the case may be. So, this person could be walking away finally. You have this fair woman. It says dealings with relationships with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. I always clarify these. You have this mice card. It says discord among family or friends. I think everybody should be careful of toxic people in their life. I've seen this a lot in a lot of the readings. It just seems to me like there is this vibe going around with people who are kind of like causing problems, or people who are, getting in the way. So again, if you have a friend or people or whatever that are causing problems, I would avoid that. You also finally have this rose. It says romance is in the air. So there you go. If you want a person, I feel like there clearly is a person that's coming in for you. But this looks pretty good here, Capricorn. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.